10, right? I'm not going to go with any border on this one. It doesn't really need a border. Now, because you're all going to be using Mozilla Firefox, don't even worry about dimensions for now, okay? Just insert the photo. Now, this is why I love Mozilla Firefox. Let's say this photo is too big and I don't like how big it is, or I want to change the shape of the photo. All I have to do is left-click on the photo. This only works for Mozilla Firefox, and everyone notice these little boxes opened up around the photo? These are called sizer bars. I can now grab the photo on a side and stretch it out, make it wider, right? I can make it skinnier, right? Or I can change the overall size of the photo and keep the shape by grabbing it at one of the corners here, right? So why does Stephen recommend Mozilla Firefox? Stephen Graham recommends Mozilla Firefox because it makes it very easy to simply insert a photo and then make it the shape and size you want once it's inserted very easily. Did everyone see what I was doing there?
Yep, easy
Absolutely.
to do.
Okay. Now, once you've chose alignment, you can also grab and drag that photo to wherever you want on the screen. So if I don't like it all the way up there, I can grab it and drag it down further. Everyone see that?
Oh, yeah.
Or I could drag it back up. I'm going to put this right back up to the top here. See how I created a little bit of a larger space for myself, and then I can just come in and delete that space. Makes it very easy to get that placement. But I can only drag it on the left-hand side because I chose alignment left, right? What if I try to drag it over to the right? Boom, it snaps right back over to the left-hand side, right?
Uh-huh.
And once again, if I can't get it to go where I want, I create a larger space. I then drag it into that larger space, and then I come up here and delete that space with my delete button. So everyone now know how to get their photo placement where they want it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we talked also a little bit about how you can make a photo a hyperlink. Now, I wouldn't do this typically. Why? Because I miss out on the opportunity for anchor text, right? Did everyone catch that?
No. Say that again and explain it.
Okay. Typically, I don't use photos as hyperlinks. All right? And the reason why is I miss out on the opportunity for my anchor text. Because remember, if we type out anchor text that says that web page is about zero-down home loans, that web page is going to have a lot better chance of ranking for zero-down home loans eventually in Google, right?
Right.
Whereas if I anchor the link to a picture, is there any words to tell Google what that website is I'm linking to?
No.
No, right? But if you do decide you want to use a photo as an anchor for a picture, as an anchor for a link, you just click on the photo. Notice how my link button right here just lit up?
Yeah.
I click that link button, and now I punch in my URL here, right? So that's probably going to be, I don't know, let's say http:// I don't know, badmonkeybistro.com, right? And then for title, we go after keyword density again. So what am I going to put in the title?
FHA low down payment loans.
You got it. So your key phrase goes here, right? You click insert, and then boom, when you put your cursor over that, FHA low down payment loans pops up, but the link is actually titled for your key phrase goes here. Most people won't see it, but Google's going to count it, right? Now, what if I want to optimize my website for FHA low down payment loans? I highlight that text. I click the link button. Notice if I don't have my target designated, nothing works. Oh goodness, there's no link button. I can't click on it. Right? So don't say, Stephen, my link button's broken. Highlight the text, then click on that link button. Give it the link URL, http:// let's do Bad Monkey Bistro again. And here for the title, we typically put in our key phrase. I'm going to put in Stephen Smells Funny. And notice when I insert that link now, if you hover over it, what's it say? Stephen Smells Funny, right? So now that page, this article has now been optimized for Stephen Smells Funny instead of FHA low down payment loans. So we did our title, text, tags, We proofread it. We drafted it to save our work. Then we did our photos and our hyperlinks. So now we're going to proofread it, and we're going to make sure our visibility says draft. We're going to post that blog entry to save our work. And now we're ready for the last step, which is embedded content. So remember, if you're going to embed things like maps or videos or widgets, you always do that dead last. You save your work before you switch, and you always put that work at the very bottom of your page. So here I go back into edit mode. Now notice how we have two tabs. We have WYSIWYG, which is on right now, which stands for what you see is what you get. Basically, the way you type it out is the way you're going to see it, right? HTML is the tab I go to if I want to embed content such as maps or videos or widgets. So when I click on this HTML tab, this warning pops up and it says, Stephen, you better save your work first, which is why I tell you to always draft your work between steps. Now this is what's called HTML. Everyone see this ugly coding on my page?
Right.
Yeah, can you stop for a second?
Yep.
Do you continue to hit the draft button to save it? Where do you save it continually?
It's saved once again. When we click draft, when we come down here and we go to visibility, we set it to draft and we post that blog entry. It goes to our blog page on ActiveRain, but when it's in draft mode, the only people who can see this are staff members and you. So,
Okay, so
visitors to your blog page won't be able to see this content until you take it out of draft mode, okay?
So it's always, anytime you write in it, it's automatically saved.
Once you set visibility to draft and you post that blog entry, it is automatically saved. But you got to set visibility to draft and then post that blog entry, and you'll know it's saved because you'll see it on your blog page and it will say draft to the right.
To post it, you do what? You go to the bottom?
What was that?
To post it, even
yes,
though it's
you go to the bottom of the page. Here, I'll show that to you one more time.
Okay.
So here at visibility is where I said draft. Everyone see that right here, draft?
Right.
And here, where it says post blog entry, is what I clicked on to actually post it, okay?
Okay, there's the outside blog. Okay, all right.
All right? And we'll teach you how to do these post two options at the end here. And we're going over time, so I'm going to try to go as fast as possible. So here I go down to the bottom of my post. Does everyone see this little code right here? It says caret, caret, space, caret / P caret. Everyone see that right here?
Yes. Yes.
This is the code for a space. Notice every time I hit return more than once on my keyboard, we have that code. That code is what creates white space. Everyone see that there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also see it here? So guess what? If we ever want to create additional white space when we're in HTML, we just paste in that code, right? So now that I got some space between my text and wherever I want to embed, I'll go get the embed code for whatever I want to embed. I like to use YouTube as my example. Here I have this funny, it's a Yogi parody where Boo Boo kills Yogi, okay?
Oh.
Oh, shucks, right? So let's say I wanted to include this video in a post of mine, right? So I go to the video on YouTube, and then I click embed right here. Everyone see where it says embed, and when I put my cursor over it, says get video embed code?
Yeah.
I click on that, and notice this code that's all highlighted,
Right.
HTML code. Everyone sees that, starts with object.
Yep.
I copy that, so I'm just going to right-click copy, or I can Control-C it, or or Command-C it, depending on whether I'm a Mac or PC. I come back to my post on ActiveRain. I just paste in that embed code. Here's that embed code I just pasted in. Everyone see that?
Yeah.
It literally is that easy. Now let's say I want to add something underneath that video, like a map. Well, I copy my space code, which is right here. I put it at the end of the one code, and now I'm ready to go grab an embed code for a map. So here I have a map up of the Golden Gate Bridge. Everyone see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I come up over to the top right-hand corner. I click on link. Everyone see that right here?
Right.
It gives me two options. I can link to the map, or I can copy the HTML to embed it. What do you think I'm going to do here?
Copy.
Copy the HTML.
Copy it to embed it. So I copy my code, right-click, copy, or Control-C, Command-C, whatever works. click on the page for where my HTML is sitting, paste in that embed code, which this embed code starts with iframe, and let me highlight it for you. There's the embed code for that map. Now notice the embed code for the map has one set of dimensions right here. Everyone see that? 425 by 350?
Yeah.
Guess what I change if I want to change the size of my map?
The numbers in there. 25, 350.
Yep. Now, my embed code for my video, which started with the word object, and here let me highlight it so everyone can see it. This has two sets of dimensions. It has a set of dimensions here and a set of dimensions at the end, width 640, height 385. So I would need to change both sets of dimensions on a video if I want to change its display size. I only need to change one set of dimensions if I want to change the display size of my map, right? So now that we have this the way that we want, we would post it as a draft. Now, once you're on HTML, you stay on HTML, and let me show you why. So I post this as a draft in HTML view. And now everybody, if you go down to the bottom here, you'll be able to see my video, and then underneath of it is a map with the little space in between. Everyone see that?
What's the size of the page? I mean, you got that Yogi video pretty large.
Yeah.
So I guess you can just play with it and go back and forth, change it.
You can definitely play with it. Now, this is the scary part, okay? When you're in edit mode on a post, that page is wider than when you're actually on the blog page, okay? Your outside blog is more narrow than your blog page on Active Rain, and your localism page is a little bit wider, or sorry, a little bit more narrower than that. So the 4 different places where your content's going to be, either when you're creating the content in edit mode, your outside blog, your localism, or your Active Rain blog page, each one of those has a slightly different width, okay? So the formatting is going to be looking a little bit different when you're in edit mode than when you finally post it. Like in edit mode, it might look like I have 2 pictures side by side, but when I post it, the pictures are stacked on top of each other because the screen I'm putting it on is more narrow. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you will have to play around a little bit with formatting to get it look basically the same everywhere you go. I try to make sure my things are no wider than 850, okay?
Okay.
But notice now, here's my video, here's my map. My map is displaying on the page, and it's fully interactive, just like if you were on maps.google.com, right? So you can drag it to wherever you want. You can zoom in, zoom out. Now watch this. When I go back into edit on my post, and I post this thing, I go back into WYSIWYG. Let's say I notice a spelling error. So I go to WYSIWYG to fix that spelling error. Notice, number 1, my entry box got tiny, right? Everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But number 2, when I post this again, you're going to notice that my map disappeared, and all I have now is just a link to the map. Oh no, where did my map go, right?
Yeah.
This is why when you switch to HTML, you stay on HTML, and that's why I've instructed you to proofread your post between each step. That way, by the time you get to HTML, you've already proofread it 2 or 3 times, right?
Right.
So you should have caught all those errors beforehand. Now, when I go back into edit mode, my WYSIWYG screen is full size again, but my map is gone, and all I have is just my link to that map, right? I can't see the video because the video is embedded. But notice right here, when I switch back to HTML, here's my embed codes, and part of that embed code now is missing for that map, right? The whole iframe part. We have AH reference, but we lost the iframe part. So I would actually have to come right here, paste in the complete embed code again, which, remember, starts with iframe, right? So we were missing half of that embed code, weren't we? We only had this part of the embed code right here.
Stephen, you expect us to remember all this tomorrow?
Just remember to copy your embed code and paste it in. When you're on HTML, you stay on HTML. That's all you need to remember.
Stay on.
Okay.
Yeah? I'm just showing you why, okay? Now that we have it the way we want it, we've tested our hyperlinks, everything's been proofread, everything is looking the way we want consumers and search engines to see it,